modify short, that's It's a beautiful Sunday afternoon here in North Woodstock, New Hampshire. 73 degrees and bright sunshine as NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour enters the second half of the 2026 season. Today, the Thunder in the Mountain 200 here at White Mountain Motorsports Park. Kyle Rickey joined by Ben Dodge. Then it's a very unique quarter-mile oval behind us, and it's a track that these teams don't have a lot of experience on. Certainly do not. And of course, there's so much history. He's been struggling a bit, but today could be the day to change all that around. We'll be coming from deeper in the field following this qualifying effort earlier this afternoon. The other big talk as we enter the second half of the season, the battle for this year's championship. It has changed hands 4 different times this season. Patrick Whelen, the new point leader after his win a week ago in Claremont. So impressively, he took the lead at Claremont. But the gentleman that split in the field, this was leading the points. This is the Kopsick. Kopsick had a tough day. Finished at the back of the field. We haven't seen him do that at all. After a big victory in Martinsville, he's focused today. He wants to repent and be the front runner in the competition here today. There's so many different stories. This is a unique racetrack. It was folded after the old Riverside Park Speedway. In 1993, they hosted their first event. Today, another great race of what they call a bull ring. And qualifying on this bull ring was held just a little bit ago. Matt Hirschman, who was on a run of consecutive top 2 finishes, won the pole. But will he start there? The redraw is coming up here in just a moment. And to conduct the redraw, we bring in the third member of our broadcast team, Bonza Tufa, is trackside.
Thank you, Kyle. The cars have just finished gridding up. We'll be ready for the wheel spin in a moment, but let me give you a demonstration on how this works. This is how we decide where our top qualifiers will start the feature. The American Racer Pole Award winner, in this case Matt Hirschman, will give the wheel a spin, a much harder spin than I just gave right now. I'll let it wind down a little bit and see where it lands. The number it lands on is the amount of top qualifiers that will redraw. This spin does not count. It will when Hirschman does it. So in this case, it'd be the top 6 qualifiers. And then by the order of their qualifying speed, they redraw from, in this case, this spin right here of 6 positions. And whoever draws first will start first. And today's is, what is it going to be? How many of our top qualifiers will redraw? It could be top 4, 6, 8, or 10. And it looks like
6.
This thing spins really good. Top 8? Top 8 fastest qualifiers will redraw to find out where they'll be starting in the Thunder in the Mountains 200. So Matt, you can come on down. You get first dibs since you won the pole. No peeking. Let's see where you end up. Huh? Third, Matt Hirschman starting third today. Next up is Tommy Catalano, second fastest qualifier. Let's see where he'll actually end up. Fifth, inside the third row, top 5 for Tommy Catalano. Mike Christopher Jr. comes up next. Another good time trial for him. He's redrawn the pole before. Let's see if he's lucky again. Not quite. 8th. He'll be starting 8th. Andrew Moeller, the high roller, is up next now in the Danny Watts 82. Next up is John McKennedy, our 5th fastest qualifier. 2-time winner this season. Second, outside the front row for John McKennedy. The pole is still up. This guy drew the pole last time at Claremont. Our point leader, Patrick Emmerling. Is he going to get lucky again? Oh my God, he is! Patrick Emmerling draws the pole for the second straight week, Patrick. You got the win at Claremont, led the most laps. Today it seemed like you guys had a lot of confidence and ended practice early. What do you guys have for 200 laps today?
Yeah, we unloaded with a really good car today, and yeah, we couldn't really get in the fire in time trial, but that's the 3rd one in a row. At the ROC race at Shing, I drew a 1, so whatever the odds, you know, I was looking up the odds of 2 1s in a row, so 3 1s in a row. I don't know, we gotta like play the lottery or something.
What's your secret?
Oh, I don't know. It is, sometimes you don't have luck and then you do, so.
Well, the luck is on this side right now. We'll see at the end of 200 laps. Next up is Paulie Hartwig III, our 7th fastest qualifier. He says it's gonna be a 7. We'll see. He's calling a shot, and he's right, 7th. So, no difference for him. That leaves Eric Goodale in the 58th, the last position remaining, which is fourth, outside the second row for Eric Goodale. So there you have it. The starting 8 have been decided for today's Thunder in the Mountains 200, Kyle.
Monza down trackside, so as expected, the front half of the field jumbled up from qualifying, which was held just a bit ago. The top 8 drivers redrawing their positions. 18 took time, and in just a moment, we'll introduce to you the 18 starters here this afternoon at White Mountain Motorsports Park.
We sure will, and of course, Kyle, I talked a little bit earlier about history of this racetrack. Famous individuals have won here over the years. Bobby Dragon, a kind of a hometown favorite type name here in the mountains of New Hampshire, and another gentleman that came from the Agawam, Massachusetts area. His name was Tom Construction Company. Brings us car number 17. He is considered a rookie. It is Jaden Harmon out of Rock Glen, Pennsylvania.
Another rookie will start in the 16th position, car number 95 from Swansea, New Hampshire. The Apex Race Cars, Truckers Fabrication and Welding, Apex Racing entry for Corey Plummer.
Now let's take a look at the 15th starter. It'll be car number 8. USNE Power 82 Services are among the sponsors. He called his original hometown Thompson, Connecticut, sitting behind the wheel of car number 8, John Michael Chanette.
14th starter, 6-time series champion, car number 28 from Milford, Connecticut, a former winner here at White Mountain Motorsports Park some 6 years ago. New car providing the sponsorship for Doug Kobe.
In the 13th starting position, it'll be Old Blue, car number 3. The Greg Fournier prepared car, Northeast Drilling SYP. The driver is Tyler Ripkema from Owego, New York.
12th starter, car number 05 from Danbury, Connecticut, another rookie competitor here on the tour this season, the Business Time Motorsports and Orlando team of Remax sponsored car for Teddy Hodgson.
Now moving into the 11th position, it'll be car number 56. This, of course, part of the Catalano stables. USNE Power, Dave Catalano, the crew chief. The young and talented, it is Trevor Catalano.
Now into our top 10 starters, qualifying 10th and starting there, car number 21 from Newtown, Connecticut, the Wanna Construction Newtown Pool sponsored car for Stephen Kopsick.
In the 9th starting spot, the youngest and defending champion of the NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour. He sits behind the wheel of the G&G Electric Supply, Fast Track Electric, Lanier Electrical sponsored car. Ron Uhausen and Sly Zabin is the sponsor of the KLM Motorsports car. The driver is Austin Beers from Northampton, Pennsylvania.
And now things get jumbled up from the grid on the
And of course, Stanley Hartway, who's been so strong in these short tracks, don't scare him a bit, because he came from, of course, the Wall Stadium. The NASCAR officials, Gary Putnam in charge of the competition here, have race controls and a staff of individuals. This track was molded after the old Riverside Park Speedway. They actually came there, surveyed it, and measured it. And then they came north, and they built this racetrack. It was Donnie Avery who designed and created a racetrack. And it's very, very unique in more ways than you can imagine, Kyle. When we talked to everybody, they told us just that. They can figure out how to run the bottom, but not how to run the top. Some can figure out the top, but they can't get the car to stick on the bottom. We're going to see who has been able to conquer all of that.
Let's take a look at some of the numbers on today. 200 laps will be the distance, modified live pit stops, and we'll explain that further here in just a moment without the option of the pit lane here in the infield. And they will have 2 tires put on these cars if and when that time comes. And talk to the team today on where they're running on the racetrack and when the cautions come out. Just 2 cautions in this race 1 year ago.
right there, stuff there. That's the top of here. Now, as the car comes down the front straightaway, cluster shot of the there. You can see there is the car brake. And there is no, what they call a post here. Got one in the center of here. There's something as simple as a wing nut by and over the car glass door. That changes all of this. Will it help? Or will it hurt? Won't improve you when that car can tell the story. And Dale Hendrick is
In the third position, Patrick Emmerling moves to the outside of the racetrack, along with John Stovey, Stephen Kopsik, and others. Box 2 about to get missed over in turn number 3.
Pit road designed to be a business place. A lot of front runners seem to be making their way off pit road. One of the top points hitters that is having a tough time early on this race is Stephen Kopsik, who came in fourth in the standing. He's not happy with the car. Patrick Emmerling came down pit road. He's the only one that
Everybody else that
Does
was
he get
lined up
penalized
ready
for
to
going
go
off the
after
track
Bill
when it
will
was
come
red?
in.
tires. Put 2 new tires on tonight. So today's first lap race. Right now, they're going to change both rear tires on Kopsik's machine and try to get that car dialed in. Kopsik got his car without a control tire off. Takes off again. They're down and away.
rear tires. They're, of course, trying to set the stagger on that car and make a big difference. Here, before the end of the event, when they show us the running, this is the running. don't want to miss that at Monadnock, the next stop for the NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour. Here the car is setting in the winner's circle. The Energizer Machine, the Grasso brothers, along with Head Quest, the big bear hugs in the winner's circle, and we've got the top 5 cars that are located there as well.
And Dale Hedquist, the winning crew chief for Patrick Emmerling, a second consecutive checker flag, as they have a pretty good streak going right now. We'll go down trackside and hear from him in just a moment. And some of the other top 5 finishers, including Austin Beers, Paulie Hartwick III, continues to show improvement on this tour. Tyler Ripcom on 4th, and Matt Hirschman will round out the top 5. Just 2 caution flags slowed this event. None for incident, one for debris. Yeah, lap 47 for the air cleaner from the Patrick Emmerling car. And then the stopped car of Trevor Catalano up in turn number 2 after mechanical issues ended his day on lap number 117.
Out of the car after going back-to-back in the NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour. He gets it done once again, this time at the White Mountain Motorsports Park. A little confetti blast as well. Patrick, back-to-back races, you start on the pole, back-to-back races, you win. But this time around, a little bit of strategy play. How much patience did it take when you guys...
Just a moment, Austin Beers. Also, Paulie Hartwick III out of his car, and Tyler Ripcom, 4th place run, Matt Hirschman rounding out the top 5. A very quick event here this afternoon at White Mountain Motorsports Park. The 2 yellows closed the event. It got physical at times. They wanted to gain a spot on the racetrack. A lot of luck on his side as well, along with a good race.